Good morning and welcome to the Blend Extra. Today is Friday, February 27th. I'm Alyssa Kelly. Now, coming up on today's show, we have allergy precautions, polar plunges, and the complexities of growing older. So jumping straight into things, the official start of spring is still 3 weeks away, I know. But for the 1 in 4 U.S. adults and nearly 1 in 5 children who suffer from seasonal allergies, now is the time to prepare before the onslaught of symptoms. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to an allergist about what steps to take before the spring allergy season starts.
It's almost that time of year again. The flowers, the sun, the pollen ready to pounce.
And you definitely don't want to wait for the onset of symptoms.
Dr. Rohit Katyal with National Jewish Health says if you suffer from seasonal allergies, now is the time to get ready before spring has sprung and symptoms are triggered so the reaction isn't as extreme.
And in most places in the United States, the trees go first. So those who are tree allergic, they're going to feel the most symptoms here early in the season.
To prevent severe allergy symptoms, Katyal says to go ahead and start using steroid nasal sprays, which can help reduce inflammation, swelling, and mucus in the nose. He says most should be sprayed once a day before and throughout the season.
That's a great one to start, but that can't be used as needed. Once somebody begins those nasal steroid sprays, they should be used daily.
Katyal says to take daily oral antihistamine medication as needed. If your allergies tend to start earlier, he says it's okay to take the pills in advance. But if your spring symptoms are late bloomers, like if you have grass allergies, consider starting the pills closer to grass season around late April.
If you tend to have really severe eye symptoms where you really have a lot of daily itch, then the eye drops are also a nice addition to the regimen.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Dozens of preschool students in Chicago took part in a mini polar plunge on Wednesday. This Catholic school transformed one of its classrooms into a frosty water oasis. One by one, the young children dipped their feet into the kiddie pools filled with ice. The event was held to raise money for members of the city's largest polar plunge teams. All proceeds will go to Polar Plunge Chicago, which benefits Special Olympics Illinois. Polar plunges will be happening all over Illinois next week, including one in Rockford here on March 7th. And a New York grandfather will be allowed to keep his custom license plate after the New York Department of Motor Vehicles have deemed it objectionable. Now, the story starts with Seth Biscoffy custom license plate, which was Pee Before We Go. It is a lighthearted reminder before a road trip, but last month he got a letter from the DMV saying he must destroy the plate and replace it with a new standard one. Bukowski pushed back. He took it to social media and called on state officials to reconsider. The story caught the attention of Governor Kathy Hochul, who intervened on his behalf. Hochul called Bukowski herself to apologize for the inconvenience and give him the good news that he will be allowed to keep the plate. Now, coming up next, we'll learn more about a new show starting next week on WIFR, so make sure to stay tuned.
With the WIFR streaming app, get local news and first alert weather you need. Just search WIFR in your app store.
And download for free.
Discover how different types of winter weather can impact your travel and daily life. Shelter from the storm wherever you stream WIFR.
Get instant forecasts and real-time alerts right here on the WIFR First Alert Weather app.
Stay connected to WIFR wherever you are. Download for free today.
Make your voice heard. Answer the question of the day during the Blend on WIFR and at WIFR.com/vote. Sponsored by Suncoat Pools and Spas.
Just because your day is busy doesn't mean you have to miss out.
At WIFR, we make time for you.
With the WIFR streaming app, get local news and first alert weather you need.
You could really hear a pin drop as that verdict was being read here tonight.
Live, on demand, on your schedule. Plus original content for you to discover.
We're not just catered to one type of demographic.
Just search WIFR in your app store.
And download for free.
Start streaming with WIFR today.
At WIFR, we want to know, does your pet have an entertaining personality? What about their unusual features? Do they have an iconic sense of fashion? Why not give them the spotlight they deserve with WIFR Pet Pics? Scan the QR code or go to WIFR.com. Click on See It, Send It, and upload your pet's picture or video. They could even be featured on WIFR News at 6. WIFR Pet Pics, sponsored by First Staffing.
Breaking right now, first responders stop without.
Stay connected to the team you trust. Get breaking news and watch our newscast here on the WIFR News app. Your news, your way.
Download today and stay connected to WIFR.
Sticking with us, and welcome back to the Blend Extra. Aging Untold is a new 30-minute program starting next week on WIFR. The show is hosted by 4 aging experts who will explore the complexities of growing older. WIFR's Jake Pearson got to talk to 2 of those experts to learn more about what to expect from the show.
Joining us now are 2 of the hosts, Dr. Rhea Rogers and Catherine Ambrose. And guys, tell me here, why should audiences really watch Aging Untold, and what's the show really about?
Well, we're going to kind of address the mysteries of aging. We are going to help people understand what professionals in the aging space wishes Americans knew. So we're going to just unveil candid conversations and hopefully get people thinking a little bit differently about aging. And then my own physician, Dr. Ray, we're so excited to have her on. She's made a big impact for my health and my husband, my mother. And so I'm so excited that America in Rockford, Illinois is going to meet Dr. Ray.
Well, this show is for everyone, and it really is about the aging journey. And for everyone to understand, you know, each minute that goes by, we're all aging. And aging is a journey, it's not a destination. And when we get old, in our older years, it can really be confusing and overwhelming. And so we want people to understand what's really happening with their body and with their brain. And most importantly, to know that there are real ways that they can keep everything resilient, strong, and independent.
Yeah, and then I was going to say also, I know that you guys are just 2 of the hosts here of the show. Could you guys tell us kind of about your expertise, and then also what some of your other fellow hosts are bringing to the table as well?
Absolutely. I'm an aging coach, business coach, and I've come from the housing industry. And in 2018, I made a purposeful pivot to help older Americans with the complexities of aging, especially related to housing. We have Sam Craddock, who is a gerontologist and an author of a number of books. She is a wonderful care educator. She's gone globally viral. Some people call her TikTok Sam. And she's really fun. People are going to learn a lot from her. We have Amy O'Rourke, who's a life care manager. She's devoted her whole life to the aging journey and helping people manage. She's written a wonderful book called The Fragile Years, which I love to introduce to my clients. And so we're thrilled to have her. And then Dr. Ray.
Yes, so I'm always studying about what's happening in the body, and having experience in both functional and traditional medicine, I like to try to teach people not only what is going on, but why it's happening, and also to zero in on those systems within their body that's already working and make those stronger, because the body really is always trying to heal itself. And I'm so fortunate to be with all the other hosts and all that, because they're going to bring you that lived experience, that emotional truth of that caregiver reality, the voice of the families that are actually walking through this journey in real time. And I think when you put it all together, we're going to all bridge this gap between science and humanity and meaning. And so people will understand really what aging is. And as they understand it, they can actually make changes and figure out where it is they want to go in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and talking about that reality there, you know, for families and for those family caregivers, you know, if you could offer one piece of advice, you know, what would it be?
Well, people are living longer today, and so it's really about longevity and health span and how can we have the best lives all the way to our final sunset. So that's what we're really focused on, and we want you to tap in to the resources that are available to you. So we're going to provide solutions so that you know where to find them, so you can build your team. We say aging is a team sport. Life is a team sport. It takes other people to really make the world go round. So we're going to help you identify the players to have on your team.
And I want people to just to understand that illness and aging and cognitive decline, they do not happen in isolation. And it's really important that for the caregivers and the families out there to understand, not only are you taking care of the person, you're taking care of their environment and that system and all that, and that especially includes yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then obviously, if I'm in my younger years and I do want to watch Aging Untold, what would you want me to know about the show, or what would you want me to take away from that?
Well, we know you'll take a lot away from it because we're all aging from the day we're born. And so we know that there are people in their 20s and 30s that are going to glean a lot of good information for their own aging journey from the show, but also be able to help loved ones, family, and friends, because you'll be picking up really great clues here. There's a lot to it. And what happens with a lot of younger adults is that they wait until too many red flags have gone by before stepping in and knowing, oh my gosh, I've got to take some action to help my grandparents. And so we're going to kind of alert you to those things in advance.
And this show is not about the end of life. It's not an end of life show. It is especially pertinent for people younger right now to watch, because you're going to learn that the decisions that you make in your life right now, your diet, sleep, exercise and movement, how you manage stress, being purposeful and being positive, that's going to quietly shape how you live well later on. And you're going to learn that aging well is not just by accident. It really is the result of your awareness and your actions. And if you do nothing, you can pretty much expect nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned, it's not like an end of life show. So obviously, what is your goal for this show here overall, kind of wrapping things up?
Well, our goal is to help people stay in control of their destiny, have a life by design rather than default. So we want to empower people to know that there's help out there, there's solutions out there, and that maybe you don't have to settle with the challenges that you're facing. We want you to keep asking questions, keep digging, and do everything you can to enjoy your life all the way through.
And my goal is for education and empowerment and awareness. And one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Maya Angelou is, when you know better, you can do better. And having known her as Auntie Maya, she's always instilled that in me. And that's, as a physician, a philosophy that I take with me. And I'm always educating myself so that I can learn more and teach others. Because if we can teach you to know better, then you too can do better.
Yeah. So it's a groundbreaking show. We're very excited to get the conversation started in America. It's very important. And we're excited about what we're going to be able to bring.
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited to see how things really shape up here when things premiere next week. Thank you guys both so much for your time.
If you'd like to hear more from Catherine or Dr. Rogers, be sure to tune into the show's debut on Monday at 3 p.m. Aging Untold will also be available to watch on WIFR streaming apps. Now, coming up next, a new documentary showcases the experience of seeing the king of rock and roll in concert with footage that had been lost for decades.
Discover how different types of winter weather can impact your travel and daily life. Shelter from the storm wherever you stream WIFR.
Make your voice heard. Answer the question of the day during the blend on WIFR and at WIFR.com/vote. Sponsored by Suncoat Pools and Spas.
First Alert Weather Plus, the State Line's only 24/7 weather channel, on air at 19.3 WSLN, the First Alert Weather app, or wherever you stream WIFR. Sponsored by Total Exteriors.
Everyone is at risk from extreme cold dangers. These groups are more vulnerable than most. Age and certain conditions make the body less able to regulate temperature.
Be weather-wise with WIFR.
Breaking right now, first responders stop.
Stay connected to the team you trust. Get breaking news and watch our newscast here on the WIFR News app. Your news, your way.
Download today and stay connected to WIFR.
Welcome back to the Blend Extra. Director Baz Luhrmann has followed up his 2022 movie Elvis with his first documentary, also about the king. David Daniel has a preview.
Hey, the light's on. I can see you. Hello out there. Hello.
Baz Luhrmann's epic Elvis Presley in Concert features restored footage that had been forgotten for decades in a Kansas salt mine.
When I started to see what we had, I was a bit like, oh my God. And it was also, it smelled of vinegar, so it meant that it was actually rotting, it was like falling apart.
Camera crew, gentlemen. All right.
Then suddenly we found this 40-minute tape of Elvis just speaking about his life. And that was the light bulb moment. Because most works on Elvis are other people talking about him.
There's been a lot written and a lot said, but never from my side of the story.
Lerman says making the film taught him a lot about the king.
I think he was always trying to disarm people about him because he was so striking and such an icon, That was really the big revelation, his humor and his humanity.
It's got to be like the first time we go on.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, well, that will wrap up the Blend Extra today. Thank you so much for watching and have a happy Friday.